thank you for coming and hearing my story. I've been feeling quite nostalgic lately, and so I wanted to tell one of my favourite stories from my childhood. So just to give a bit of background, my best friend in the world growing up was this beautiful, amazing Russian man named Sasha, and from the first day we met each other, we just decided we're going to be best friends. And so this particular story I want to tell you about, which, sorry I haven't done my hair yet, I ran out of gel today, but I've got some on order that's arriving. But this story in particular was from our earlier years, and it was when we were traveling in Russia. And when we were in Russia, we got to go and see a wonderful place called Star City, which we met a Russian cosmonaut there, and he was a very nice man named Vladimir. Not to be associated with the bad Vladimir, but he showed us around Star City and took us into a sauna where he slapped us with leaves, which was a bit weird, but anyway, he gave us these flares, these Russian astronaut flares. And so he made us promise at 12 years old we would not light the flares. And so we promised, of course we promised, and we went back. That very same afternoon, me and Sasha were talking about what it'd be like to light the flares, as you do, 12-year-old boys, you're curious. And we said no, we wouldn't light we wouldn't light the flares, we wouldn't. Because we always followed the rules. Not. And so we went into our separate apartments. I went back into mine, and I took mine out, and it was this beautiful, wonderful flare which had very thick wax on it. And I was about to light it, but before I did, I heard the phone ring. So I ran over to answer this phone, and the first thing I heard was this, Jose, promise me, you will not light the flare. So of course I asked why. And so Sasha explained that he lit the flare and it went everywhere. So of course I promised, I said I'd be up in a moment just to check out, spray some deodorant around, made sure we had Axe body spray, and put the phone down. But sure enough, before I could do anything, the flare was lit. And it started taking off. And as I ran around this apartment in Russia, trying to douse it in water, trying to put it in a glass of water only to see it continue, I ran and sort of found myself doing a bit of a smoke dance with it, up and around and everything like that, and admired the beauty of this flare for a moment before finally realizing I was going to be in absolutely so much trouble. And so I ran in and put it under the water. It was still going, and then I remembered, my brain somehow remembered that if you put it in snow, that was the only problem with these flares. So I ran outside and threw it into the snow and covered it up. And then sure enough, I was coughing, had to spray it everywhere, and ran up into Sasha's apartment. And as I was in Sasha's apartment, we were there scared as crap that the hotel, our parents, someone would find out. We heard a knock on the door. We answered the door, and there were 3 men, all in suits, looking debonair. And one of them pulled out a piece of paper that read, "Is this Mr. Iswev?" My friend Sasha said yes. It says, "Okay, it has come to our attention that a hazard was lit. Fire, some smoke was lit in this apartment. Are you aware of this?" And so of course we confessed, we said yes, this is what happened. And they said, "Because you have endangered the lives of everyone in this hotel, we're going to have to take you now. And we understand that you're here with the circus and all that stuff, but the Vice President of Russia, Medvedev, is actually living in the hotel at the moment. And so as a result, you've endangered the future of Russia," which is a capital punishment, a grave punishment was waiting for us. And so as my friend's translating to me in Russian and crying, I'm just there thinking, fuck, you've really done it now. You've really, really done it. And I turned to him and I said, quickly, Sasha, just say this one thing to him. And he said, no, just don't. You're going to make it worse. You're going to make it worse. I said, ask him why the fire alarms didn't go off. So Sasha understood what I was saying and he asked him. And the guy's face just went completely blank. He said, if anything, you endangered the lives of the Vice President of Russia because you don't have proper fire alert systems here. And so for the rest of the time that we were staying in Russia, we got free unlimited porno channels and free breakfast at the buffet.